Hello, Sarah Steckler here. I recently made some fun little updates to one of my planners, the Daily Priority Planner, and I thought it'd be fun to take you along and show you what those things are. I design all of my planners inside of Canva, and if you ever want to learn more about this process and maybe you're interested in doing something yourself with this, you can always check out my free planner publishing guide. You can find that at publishaplanner.com/guide. But in this planner, it originally started out as one page repeating, and most of the planners I've created are a lot more detailed. And I typically show my students how to create more of a signature planner that's more in depth. But I also think it can be fun, especially when you're starting out, to create something more simple. So this was my daily priority planner. As you can see, I have a little QR code here. You can listen more about how I define and structure my day using a daily priority page on episode 92 of the Mindful Productivity Podcast. But as you can see on this page here, I've got like a little instruction on how this works. So we'll zoom in here a little bit so you can see that. But basically, this is just a standard, really simple daily priority page. I'm sure you've seen these over the past decade, variations of this like on Etsy or Pinterest or anywhere. But this is my version. And I have something over here where I write down like things I either did for the day or things I want to do, any notes or like a daily like saying or mantra or quote or just something I want to remember for the day. And then a place to map out your day, the date, your top 3 priorities. And then one thing I like to do is kind of block out when I'm going to do those priorities, or if there's already any predetermined things happening in my day, I'll put them here. And then highlights and lows and frustrations. So that was pretty much the bulk of the planner. Like that was it. It was really simple. It's just kind of like you can use this every day. And I liked that, but I missed kind of the brain dump component of that. So if you're not familiar, my best-selling planner is the Daily Productivity and Brain Dump book. And basically that's a 2-page spread planner where on the left-hand side, you have a brain dump template of sorts, and there's different ones throughout. And then on the right side, you have a daily priority page that helps you map out everything you're doing. And I kind of missed that component. So what I did is I added a couple new pages. So in the beginning of the planner, there's now a place to write down like your thoughts and your ideas, any reminders. If you're creative, you get tons of ideas all the time. That is not the issue. And I mean, I'll get ideas for new planners I want to make, podcast episodes, products, like dream business ideas, and I don't want to forget them. So I wanted a place in this planner to capture those as well. And then I've always got an index in my planners. This can be helpful. I don't write down every single page, obviously, of my planner, but if I have a daily page that like I brain dumped a ton of really great ideas, or there was just a lot of good stuff in there I don't want to forget, or something specific, then I'll write down what page number that's on and I'll add the description. So that's another thing. I did add page numbers to this planner too now. And this is what the edition looks like. So there's now a section here, and let me actually go so we can see it more like this. There's now, these are now a 2-page spread. So instead of 120 pages of just the daily priority page, there's now kind of almost like a brain dump space on a 2-page spread. So there's 60 of these in the planner, and we can jump in here. So this section to map out your mind, I really like this. And instead of just having one blank space, I actually really like having sections. So the way that I typically use this is I will either break this up into different things I want to brain dump, or if I'm working on different projects in my business, so I might use a highlighter or something and write down something up here like podcast planning ideas, or, Publish with Purpose curriculum updates that I'm continually working on. And then something down here, like I'm currently in the process of creating a digital product shop. So I might write down like product ideas or something here. And that's just kind of a way to kind of get my brain engaged and working. And I find that when I do that, even just spending like 5 minutes or a few minutes doing that, then it's that much easier to kind of start mapping out my day. And I will say that this is not always the way that I am productive or that I plan out my business, my life, but this is helpful if you're just getting back into planning, or maybe you've had something in your life that kind of, uprooted you in a way. I just did a huge move with my husband a few months ago, so I'm still trying to figure out like what my structure looks like now. So if that's you, I definitely recommend checking out that episode 92 of the Mindful Productivity podcast, because I basically walk through how to use this. And there's also a free printable of this too, attached to that episode. And I walk through how you can kind of begin to restructure things, because sometimes in your business, you're going to have, a complete standard operating procedure, workflow, project tasks that are already predetermined for you. And I absolutely have that inside of Notion in my business. But then there's going to be other times where you're starting something new, or you're restructuring your business, or you're just trying to get back on track with your mental health, right? And you need something a little more simple, and you actually have to kind of start small. So that's why I love pages like this, because it just really allows you to kind of get going. So again, it's just kind of that reminder that when it comes to planning, when it comes to productivity, when it comes to figuring out what's sustainable in your life and business, sometimes you may have a bigger, complicated task management or project management system. Maybe you use something like Asana, or Trello or whatever, or Notion that I love. But other times you may work from paper, or you may not even have checklists. You may just jump on your computer and get things done that feel good, and that's okay. Just want to give you full permission for that. But I did want to show you that these are the updates that are now available to this planner. Again, there's 60 of these spreads, and it's so beautiful. And I love it. It's an 8x10, like I call it, like a desk size planner, so that you can really use it, at a coffee shop, at your desk. But I love having stuff like this. And again, this is not the only planner I use, right? I have my Mindful Productivity Guide that's more of like an all-encompass kind of like year planner. And then I use my Brain Dump book. I also use Hobonichi planners. Sometimes I plan and use a bunch of stickers and washi tape, and other times I don't. And sometimes I don't plan at all. So just wanted to give you the backstory on all this. But if you're interested in this planner, it's available for $9.99 USD on Amazon, and you should be able to get it really quickly with Prime shipping. So thanks for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead, wonderful weekend, whenever you're watching this. Bye.